Motorcycling in India is growing. It is thriving actually because more and more people are adopting motorcycling as a sport, as a passion, as a hobby. And there is a lot of choice at the same time. We've got German roadsters, we've got American cruisers, and we've got Indian thumpers. We've got a lot to choose from. Having owned numerous motorcycles in the last 6 years, there's one brand that has taken a permanent place in my heart. And that is the British legend, Triumph. I've learned a lot about their motorcycles, and there's something that keeps me going back to them. Are Triumphs really the best? Let's find out today. Owning a Triumph in India, like any other superbike, it's not easy, because as you know, Triumph makes expensive motorcycles. The pricing, if you see, is at par with what is being sold in Europe. What you see here is the entry-level Triumph. There's a Trident, which costs about 8 lakh rupees in the country. If you compare it with a car, you can buy a proper hatchback in which you can ferry your entire family. This is passion, this is hobby. And for hobbies, if you want to spend this kind of money, so it's surely not going to be easy for anybody, even for me, it's not. I want to highlight few points about owning a Triumph in India. I would start with the service. The service cost is not correlated to the motorcycle's cost. If you compare it with Ducati or a BMW or even Kawasaki for that matter, the service cost is quite low. The cost is somewhere around 7,000 rupees for first service and for other services also, provided you don't have any part change or any other bigger consumable that needs change. And the service interval, which is fabulous. It's 16,000 kilometers or 10,000 miles. You don't have to take your bike every 6 months, just like Kawasaki. Once a year, if you ride hard, if you ride a lot, then I think this is a motorcycle for you. This gives out a fuel economy of somewhere around 24 to 25. So I'm considering about 4 rupees a kilometer. Your fuel cost, about 6.5 rupees, including service. So that's not too much if you compare it with other motorcycles, like I said. The service network of Triumph, of course, being an expensive motorcycle manufacturer and seller, they don't have many service centers in the country. Of course, in the metro cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Calcutta, Pune, and sub-metros like tier 2 cities like Chandigarh, they have got their service centers. But if you are stuck somewhere, say a Spiti, Ladakh, they have done their tie-up with local workshops through their RSA. If you have the RSA, they guarantee that the person will reach you in 2 to 3 hours, which is kind of unbelievable for me, because BMW doesn't do that or Ducati doesn't do it. Let's take up the example of Trident again, because I've just purchased it and it is parked right beside me. The entry-level engine is 660cc and this does heat up. And in Indian conditions and the weather which is currently outside, about 43 degrees, 40 degrees, this is a problem. Most of the people don't use such motorcycles for commuting. I think for weekend rides, it is manageable. If you go out somewhere at 6 a.m. in the morning, so that's not really a problem. This is perfectly fine for that. Another problem is the potholes. We've got great potholes on our roads. That is a problem. And the rims that you see are alloys, and by virtue of being alloys, there is a certain amount of aluminium which is mixed with heavy metals. That's malleable. When it goes to a pothole, you are bound to get some kinds of dent in the rim. And if there is a dent in the rim, it has to go to the service center for replacement under insurance, and the supply of spare parts is not really nice. It's not really fast. You have to wait for a month or a month and a half if in case it is not in stock, which generally is the case. Such spare parts are not really in the stock every time, so you have to wait. But yeah, that's not only with Triumph. That's with any motorcycle of higher capacity which is available in the country, be it Kawasaki, Ducati, BMW or Harley Davidson for that matter. Another thing I would like to highlight is these bikes are heavy. This is 660cc, somewhere around 180 kilos, 190 kilos. Some are even 200 plus kilograms, even at 660cc or 1000cc. And riding them in traffic is a pain, surely a pain. And given a bigger turning radius like this one has, it's really a pain. It's not really easy to maneuver, not very flickable as your regular motorcycles are. So again, that is not just with Triumph, that's with every high capacity motorcycle. By virtue of having a bigger engine, the motorcycles are heavy. Take Interceptor for an example, that is 650cc, again that's about 205 kilos. Now, if we talk about customization on a Triumph, or specifically on a Triumph Trident, it is going to be expensive. First of all, let me tell you, because any shop work or anything, is going to hurt me very badly, because spare parts, market or at the service center, if I have to go back to the original form of this bike after customization, it's going to be very expensive. There are a few things that I plan to do on this is take this tire hugger out, because this is absolutely ugly. I don't like it. Add in a few parts, perhaps a front fairing. There's a company from UK, I'm forgetting the name. They have come up with a complete cafe racer fairing for it and lower clip-ons. And that's really, that looks yummy to me. But yeah, that has got a fairly a good canvas for customization. Most Indians, they are not well trained to handle higher capacity motorcycles. And because of that, lot of riders, they are not able to handle the power that such motorcycles provide. This is, for example, is 80 horsepower. That's a lot. The 0 to 100 figures are somewhere lesser than 5 seconds. That is as good as some supercar. So if some naive rider or some untrained rider rides this motorcycle or higher capacity motorcycles, as you see on YouTube, a lot of YouTubers make videos at 250 kilometers per hour, 220. So though these bikes do provide that potential, but the riders are not skilled enough. So that is not a drawback of the motorcycle, but yeah, the drawback of people. Triumph as a brand, is somewhere slated at the top for me. For if I compare it with all the brands that are available in the world, Triumph takes the first spot in my mind, because the sheer design, the understated minimalist British design is absolutely addictive. Second is the fit and finish. Even though this is the entry level Triumph, but if you look at closely, this is very well built. Each and every part is meticulously designed. So right from the Trident to the Rocket 3R, these are just like, for me, they're like piece of jewelry, I would say. I don't think I can ever ask for something more than that. And if you ask me whether I'm going to buy a Triumph motorcycle again in the near future, the answer is going to be yes, I will. A lot of people have been asking me, can this motorcycle do touring? The answer lies in my next video, and I'm going to speak about it extensively on whether this bike can do touring or not. So I believe you liked watching this video. If you have not subscribed yet, I would urge you to subscribe now to our YouTube channel called Happiness Per KM. And do not forget to share it with your friends. Like it. That's it. It's a great boost to us. Thank you for watching.